you got to do. That's all you got to do. And not that tough, but something you got to learn. Gutierrez is under center, puts number 22, that's Chavo, in motion, and Chavo's got a good blocking on the outside. He's at the 20, breaks the tackle down at the 10, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds on good cross-field pursuit by the Kofa Kings, but a little late to the party, and Chavo's going to go out of bounds on about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, big block by Damien Reyes there to get Chavo on the open field on the outside. That block right there gave him all that extra yardage to get the first down, and we're probably around the 6-yard line. Yep.
All right. Well, we're right above the band, in case you haven't guessed. Huh? What? That's okay. They can get rowdy. They're fine with me.
Yeah, get some musical entertainment here too, Tom.
Yeah, I did mention in the pregame that Kofa has come into this game 0-4, and Blake Craigbaum will have a 6-yard touchdown run. So here in the first quarter, with 9:03 to play, 9:32, excuse me, to play in the first quarter, it's going to be Blake Craigbaum on a 6-yard run.
Yep.
And in comes Xavier Pereira.
All right, I got it. Here we go. So Xavier or Javier Pereira ready to kick the ball for the point after attempt. Oh, we got a bad snap. We got Nathan Torres rolling out to the outside, and he throws a pass, and it's incomplete. 2 Brawley Wildcat receivers out there, number 42, number 3 there to receive the ball, but both of them could not hold on. So looking at the scoreboard right now, Brawley Wildcat 6, and we have the Kofa Kings 0. We have 9 minutes and 32 seconds in the first quarter.
Okay, we'll be back.
A&R Construction, serving the Imperial Valley since 1988. 1631 River Drive in Brawley, 760-344-4653. They are the proud sponsors of the Brawley Wildcat broadcast from the Desert Review.
Okay, back at Warren Field in Brawley. Tom Ronco, Danny Tombach. Glad you're enjoying everything. We're going to play our disclaimer here in a moment. We can get that in whenever. You just know not to pirate Danny and I. Shame on you. The internet gods will get you. 9:32 to go. 6-0 Wildcats. The way everybody was scrambling back there, and I'll admit I did not see the snap, but it looked like it might have been a fake and a play. Pereira gets the ball up, gets some good air, but he's going to pooch it out of bounds. So I don't know what that was all about, but it's going to be out at, I believe, the 30-yard line.
Yep, the field's still a little wet too, Tom, so that might have a little factor right now.
35-yard, 32-yard line? I don't think the ref knows what he's doing. Yep, 30-yard line ref. Okay, now he backs up and says, nope, 35. All right. Whenever. So the Brawley Wildcats go on defense for the first time tonight. And again, the Kings come into tonight's game having lost to Brown of Phoenix 55-0. Central 42-0. Southwest 49-24. And last week, Gila Ridge throttled their crosstown rival Kings 79-0. First and 10 at the 35-yard line, and they're going to give it up the middle. Nice little run, gain of about 2 or 3 yards. And the ball carrier, number 4. And number 4, I don't have under the people that Coach John Self said would be playing out there.
I believe it's Alex Barron.
Okay.
Number 4.
Alex Barron. Yeah. All right, so we'll put Barron in there.
There we go.
Kofa just kind of runs a spread. They don't use necessarily a tight end. They use an H-back instead. He is the guy lined up right at the end of the line right now, and actually in the slot. They go with doubles. The ball's on the ground, and the Wildcats dive for it, but I believe they're going to call it a dead ball. Quarterback is Jory, Jorey, Burns. He is listed on their roster as a wide receiver, a senior, 6 feet, 167 pounds. So what I'm thinking, Danny, is he was a wide receiver last year, and they haven't updated max preps. But that's Jory. And Jory is now in the shotgun on 3rd down and 14. And back to pass. Good rush by the Wildcats. They set up a screen. And the ball's tipped. And it's going to be a touchdown. A tip out there by number 52. Is that Omar Chavez?
Yes, sir.
Omar Chavez with the tip. And number 3.
Yeah, well, Jaden Figueroa.
With the touchdown. Holy Toledo.
Yeah, Jaden Figueroa has been pretty busy last week, too. I guess he came into the game after Chandler was ejected from the game, and that first play that he got that pass interference, I was looking at the film, he was actually going for the ball when they made contact, and I'm not sure with the rules, if you're going for the ball, you make contact with the receiver, it's still pass interference. You'd know more about that, Tom, but it looked pretty clean. So here's a point after attempt by Javier Peralta, and the kick is good. So with 8 minutes, 12 seconds left in the first quarter, Wildcats 13 and Kofa Kings 0. We'll be right back in a couple minutes.
Whether you're buying, selling, or renting a home, or for all your agricultural real estate needs, call on the Dom team. Your experienced hometown agents who have served the Imperial Valley since 2002. Let the Dom team make your next real estate transaction more successful and enjoyable. Give Doug or Andrew a call at 760-427-6741. The Dom team, proud supporters of Wildcat football.
Brant Beef, the true natural, is a proud sponsor of tonight's Brawley Wildcat football game. Brant Beef is dedicated to helping you know the difference and to taste the difference in their beef products. Go Brawley Wildcats from the Brant Beef Company.
Welcome back to Warren Field, where the Wildcats get a tipped pass from Omar Chavez and then an interception by Jaden Figueroa, and the Wildcats suddenly tack on a defensive touchdown and lead 13-0. A kick is bouncing around and hit pretty quickly and down at the 25-yard line. For the Kofa Kings is number 80. Tackle out there by number 6 for the Brawley High Wildcats, among others, and that is J.J. Gutierrez.
Yep, so, number 27 in there was also Luis Frutos getting dirty there in the kickoff team.
Okay, special teams, very, very important. And I'll tell you what, they get more important each week as we get into Imperial Valley League play. 7:40 to go. Tom Ronco, Danny Tombach at Warren Field in Brawley. So nice to be home. It's going to be 1st and 10, Kofa Kings at the Kings 25-yard line. They have trips, 3 wide receivers to the right, a single receiver to the left. Their receiver fell down, and now a flag comes in late. I mean, way late, and he kicks it over to there. And I don't know what that was. It was just way after the play.
Yeah, I think that play might be called to Damien Reyes, number 21.
I don't know that he tripped the guy. I didn't see anything happen, to be honest with you, but let's see what the call is. Okay.
Let's see.
It's going to be holding on Brawley.
Huh.
And the referee is kind of like trying to get some kind of, shall we say, confirmation from his fellow refs, but usually someone else will throw a flag if they've seen something. That's the same guy who wasn't sure where in the heck you go after a kick out of bounds. So we'll see how he goes tonight. 7:22 to go, and Kofa's going to have its first down unless they call motion. Going to be a dead ball, foul, offsides on Brawley. So a 1st and 10 at the 25. 2 penalties later becomes a 1st and 10 at the 35. So Kofa is moving the chains, or should I say Brawley is assisting.
Yeah, well, Omar Chavez jumped off sides on that one, but he might be fired up for this game. You know, he
just almost got an interception. Right. I think he's thinking, I could have caught that.
Right. He's probably thinking the same thing again. He wants to get to that quarterback.
Okay, lots of talk going on here between the referees and the officials, and I'm not sure why they're picking it up and giving another 5. That I don't understand. And John Self doesn't understand it either. So the white hat, I think they messed up on the first one. And is that a makeup? Whatever. Okay, 7:22 to go. And here we go. Here comes number 4. That's Burton. Burton has some running room. And on 1st and 5, Burton gets 6. And literally, Kofa moves the chains. Their first down via the ground. A short one, but they showed they can run the ball, Danny.
Yeah, number 4, Lexus Barron. Yeah, he ran the ball, bounced off to the outside, got into the secondary, and got the first down. So, showing some heart there. Well, he looks like he's a $150 maybe. A small guy, but a lot of heart.
Back to pass is Jory. And Jory overthrows his intended receiver, who is number 10, Christopher Baptista. He is a sophomore. I'm telling you, a lot of sophomores out on that field, and you got some manly legs and some spindly ones.
Yes.
But they will grow.
Yep. And one thing about the Kofa Kings, looking at their videos and their films, they like to throw. They throw the ball a lot. So that's good for the Brawley defense to work on some, pass defense to get them ready for the other teams.
Imperial certainly will bring a passing game with them. 6:54 to go. The clock stops. It's a fake and now a quarterback draw. And I don't know if that was an intended play or not. But the loss will be of about a yard. Tackle out there, Danny?
Yeah, number 42, Jesse Gutierrez on the tackle. We had the blitz, number 6 coming in, J.J. Gutierrez, got stopped at the line as Kofa running back runs to the right side and runs into number 42. So,
okay, so that might have forced Jory. I got to get that over that. Jory Burns, maybe I'll just call him Burns. Quarterback for the Kofa Kings. Brawley up by a score of 13-0. 6:15 to go here in the first quarter, and back to pass on 3rd and 11 is Burns. He throws out in the flat, and the receiver looked like he might have gotten to the ball, but just couldn't get there close enough. Got a hand on it, but couldn't get to.
Yeah, so another pass rush by number 9, Nathan Mays, coming in to rush the quarterback a little bit. And we have number 21, Damien Reyes, on the receiver out there, causing the incompletion.
May playing outside linebacker, and that's usually what the outside LBs do. That'll bring up a 4th down and 11, and Kofa will punt the football. Brawley has 2 backs back there for it, Damien Reyes and Nathan Torres. 6:07 to go, Brawley up 13-0. Should be getting the ball back. And Wildcats kind of a short punt and straight out of bounds. It's going to be interesting where this referee says this thing went out of bounds, because it was pretty much a line drive. So he's going to give it to the Wildcats on the 42-yard line. And I think that's being generous.
Yeah, that was about a 25-yard kick there, too. So
yeah, and not much of one. They're not trying to let the Brawley return people get to the ball, Danny.
That's what it looked like to me. So like I say, they're trying to keep it away from Nene and Damien tonight.
Okay, 6:04 to go. Tom Ronco, Danny Tombach, you're listening to exciting Wildcat football, brought to you by Wildcat Broadcasting and the Desert Review. See us on thedesertreview.com, or you're following us on Facebook at The Desert Review, audio and video. Back to pass is Ethan Gutierrez. Ducks out of the tackle, has a man open, wide open, and it's a long throw and a catch. Holy Toledo. That ball was on the 42-yard line, and let's see where they spot it.
Wow, nice pass by Gutierrez. That's almost like a 50-yard pass, 48 yards from what I'm looking at here. Great pass, nice catch by Damien Reyes. Good concentration, looked at the ball, brought it in, caught it. Even when he fell, he held on to the ball. So Brawley first down. 48-yard
pass to number 21, Damien Reyes, who just raced past his defender. And wow, all I got to say is holy Toledo on that one.
Yeah, he showed his arm now. He's showing that arm. Oh, Ethan Gutierrez, good pass by him.
Giving everybody else something to worry about for a change. Here we go. And the give is to Blake Craigbaum. Craigbaum is tripped up literally at the line of scrimmage. We'll get it down to the 4. It will become 2nd down. Brawley can technically get to the goal line and get a first down, but it's effectively 2nd and goal. I don't see how it would be. That thing is sitting. I'm looking at the line marker with binoculars, and I mean, you can probably put a sheet of binder paper between.
It's close.
Yeah. Yes. Between the marker, good old Sam out there, and the Shank boys. Here we go. Man in motion. Come back into number 12, and number 12 is going to get into the end zone. So, 5-yard run. A 5-yard touchdown run with 4:46 to go. And number 12, catch me up to date.
Nene Torres.
Nene, that's
Nene
right.
scoring the touchdown.
Out of the slot.
Yep. And Nene ready to receive the snap for the kick by Javier Ferida. And the kick is good. So, looking at the score, Brawley Wildcats 19, Kofa Kings 0. So we are still in the first quarter. 4 minutes, 46 seconds left on the first quarter. We'll be back.
Exciting Brawley High Wildcat football is brought to you in part by Brawley Auto Center and Quick Lane, located at 811 South Brawley Avenue in Brawley. Brawley Auto Center and Quick Lane is there for all of your automotive needs and is also the temporary home of Volkswagen of the Imperial Valley. Brawley Auto Center and Quick Lane, a proud sponsor of Brawley Wildcat football.
Desert RV is located, owned, and operated at 1552 Main Street in Brawley. Call Joel Gonzalez at 760-344-9200. Joel and crew offer RV storage and service, now offering auto body repair and paint, and a full line of truck accessories. Go number 6, Jonathan Gonzalez and the Brawley Wildcats.
Okay, welcome back to Wildcat football. Jonathan has left us. That's the wrong spot, but anyway. Here come the Kofa Kings. Number 4 is Baron, and he brings the ball back. Nice little run back. Gets it out to about the 35?
I believe so, Tom. About the 30.
30.
Yeah.
No, the 27. Okay. We can't see. The numbers are way across the way. There's no numbers on the field, no numbers on the home sideline, which I find kind of incredulous, to be honest with you. But they, as we said, great job by the field crew here at Brawley High, led by Chaka, Carlos Alcantar, and so we'll go with why there isn't. Here we go. First and 10, Kofa trailing 20-0 with 4:40 to play here in the first quarter. And got a man in motion, and that's Baron. And back to pass is Burns, and Burns burns the receiver as he just throws it a little bit high. Tried to come back with a wide receiver screen, and that got nowhere because I guess Burns thought he was a little bit taller. He almost threw it over his head.
Right, and there was a delay on the whistle, too. I thought it might have been a live ball still there for a second. It looked like the refs thought about it.
Yeah, it was, because it was almost a throw back or laterally, which would have made it a lateral, and you're absolutely right. It would have made it an interesting situation. Okay, 2nd and 10. They're going to try to run the football. And escaping out there. See who's at the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, that was number 4. Number 4.
That's Baron again.
Baron.
Number 42 out there on the tackle, Danny.
Yeah, number 42 on the tackle right there, which is Jesse Gutierrez again. So he's been pretty busy tonight too. They've been running to his left side, so they've been trying to work the ball that way. But we got to be careful with Kofa because they've been throwing a lot more in the last couple games. So we'll see if they pass this series.
On 3rd and 5, they have doubles. They look out. Burns runs around, throws over the middle, has a wide open receiver, but he is hogtied and roped down by Blake Craigbaum after a gain of about 3 yards. And Kofa, you're down 20-0. Let's see what they want to do with 3:38 and the clock moving here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and Omar Chavez punishing the quarterback again. Right when he released the ball, he laid a hit on him. So Omar's getting busy in the backfield.
And Burns, the quarterback, looks a little ginger, a little tender on the left foot. They're going to go for it. Big gamble here. 4th down, and we'll see if they're just going to try to draw the Wildcats offside. That's what it was. The Wildcats have no part of that. Timeout, Kofa Kings. With the score, Brawley 20 and Kofa nothing. We'll be back.
Brownie's Diner in Brawley and the Town Pump Restaurant in Westmoreland are proud sponsors of Wildcat football. Brownie's is open daily from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving delicious American and Mexican food, while the Town Pump serves the best steaks and seafood in the North End from 4:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Go Wildcats from Brownie's and the Town Pump.
Tonight's Brawley Wildcat football is sponsored in part by the Fine Folds at Fry Chapel and Mortuary Crematory, always providing the service and care needed for a peaceful eternal rest. Located at 799 South Brawley Avenue in Brawley. Phone number is 760-412-5537. Go Brawley Wildcats from Fry's Chapel and Mortuary Crematory in Brawley.
Welcome back to Warren Field in Brawley. Tom Ronco with Danny Tombach bringing you exciting Wildcat football, and it's been pretty exciting so far. And they are going to go for it on 4th down. They're going to lob a pass. They have a wide receiver open and tipped away at the last moment. Great coverage out there by Nathan Torres on big number 1. That's their go-to guy, Eben Rico, E-B-E-N. And, Nene had that all the way.
Yeah, Eben Rico, last couple of games, he had a touchdown, I believe, receiving, and he's a go-to guy. So that's the go-to guy for their quarterback, Joey Burns. So he's something to look out for the next couple quarters.
A riverboat gamble by the Kofa Kings with 3:07 to go. They give Brawley a 1st and 10 at the Kings' 35-yard line. Gamble on 4th down, but they're trailing 20-0, so they're figuring what the heck. And here's Ethan Torres, and Torres breaks through, and Torres is going to run for a 45-yard touchdown, 35-yard touchdown. Holy Toledo.
Great discipline by Ethan Gutierrez. Fake handoff to Nene Torres. He read the linebackers going after Nathan. He breaks down the middle and scores a touchdown. Good job by Ethan Torres right there. Ethan Gutierrez. All right, so score right now 26-0. Wildcats ahead. Coming with a PAT. Hoping to get another point to make it 27-0. The snap is up, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So, looking at the scoreboard now. Brawley Wildcats 27. And Kofa Kings 0. Okay, 3 minutes left in the first quarter. We'll be right back.
Got that new home edition and you're keeping it covered.
Brad, I can help with coverages. Man-to-man coverage, zone coverage, combo coverage.
I don't know, Peyton. I was thinking the types of coverages that your nationwide agent offers.
Oh, like home, auto, business, life, farm, boat, your tour bus.
Products availability varies by state, agent, and other factors. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company from Ohio.
For all your many sides, there's Nationwide. Call Hart Insurance Center, 898 Main Street, Brawley, or in the Prince Plaza, 1503 North Imperial Avenue, El Centro. Since 1945, we have a heart for personal service.
This portion of Brawley High Wildcat football is brought to you by the Man Company, where you will find a complete line of quality Shell lubricants, motor oils, grease, and gear oils. You'll find the quality and the service you need at the Man Company in Brawley, located at 1313 Main Street. Go Wildcats from the Man Company.
Welcome back to Warren Field, where I'll tell you, if you got here late, you missed some scoring because it's already 27-0. Brawley Wildcats, some great breakaway plays, and the Wildcats kick it deep. Going to be returned by number 80, and he's going to get down the sidelines. Nice open field tackle out there. Trying to see who got that for the Wildcats.
Yeah,
looks like number 20. Looks like number 20 out there on the tackle. Who did you get?
I got 21. Number 21. Damien Reyes on the tackle on that play.
And Julian Camargo right there with him.
Yeah, Julian Camargo also. Good play by Camargo being there with Damien on the tackle.
Okay, so with 2:52 to go, 27-0, Brawley High Wildcats. We are in the first quarter. Next Friday night, this place will be rocking and rolling as the Imperial Tigers are coming to town. Coach Kerry Laguerra, a veteran coach with many, many good teams, And always a battle when the Wildcats and the Tigers get together. Beautiful night for football. If you're home, come on out. Wildcats are rolling and a-romping. And we're going to jump offside. Getting a little too aggressive in there in that gap. Oh, no, they're going to say they moved. They got the Kofa Kings to move by jumping around. That's always a 50-50 with me, Danny. Do you take a chance on, like, overstepping just to get the guy to wiggle? I don't know. That time it worked out for the Wildcats. Jory Burns is the quarterback, and he's going to give it to number 4, who's been his go-to back. But having no part of that is none other than
Omar Chavez, number 52. Oh, actually, no, number 3. Number 3 right now is in the play. Jaden Figueroa. This guy's showing some poise right now. He's been, every time they give him a chance to play, he's showing that he wants to be out there. I mean, he's laid some hits down, and he's been really, really aggressive. We do have a hurt player, looks like. One of the guys holding the arm. Can't try to see who it is right now. 44, well, that's Krigbaum. He looks okay, though, but I think he got a little stinger there.
He was in on that tackle. I think Omar might have hit him with his helmet.
Yeah.
You know, that's the trouble when you go after the ball. Sometimes you get your own guy.
Right.
Second and about 18. And a first completion for the Kofa Kings as Burns hits number 10. And that is Bautista. And that's going to pick up 3 or 4 yards. And, hey, when you're the Kings, anything is good.
Yep, and like I said, the Kings would be a passing team, so got to look out for number 10, number 1, Rico, Eben Rico, and, of course, Alex Barone, running back. So they're going to be key on those 3 players most of the time, I believe.
The H-back is David Hasso, and Juan Carrasco is your other wide receiver. Right now, doubles, wides and slots right and left. Here come the Wildcats. They're going to blitz, and going after him is May. He throws the ball down the middle up for grabs, and there's Juan Murillo. So Murillo with an interception as the ball was pretty much thrown up for grabs. And somebody's down for Kofa. I don't believe they touched Jordy.
Yeah, there was contact a little bit with Nathan May. He had his hands up while he threw the ball, and there was contact, but he tried not to hit him, but they made a little contact, but it wasn't intentional. Not enough for pass interference. He had to let go of the ball already when...
Oh, so not roughing the passer.
No, they didn't call it. But
I go back to that hit by who hit him? Omar?
Number 9, Nathan Mays.
No, but a couple of plays ago when he first started limping.
Oh, Omar.
On the previous series, it was Omar.
Yeah.
You talked about Omar kind of putting a little snot knocker on him. And, wow, 1:17 to go. The clock is stopped as the young man goes off the field. And the Wildcats on the interception by Murillo.
Yeah, so good job from Murillo. He's getting out there, getting more aggressive, too, getting some interception and making some tackles also.
Well, he's the man. He's the next man up, so it's not like he's out there trying to fight for a job. He has a job. Oh, nice catch in and out. They're going to call it an incompletion. And they're going to say it's not good. And that was good news for the Wildcats because Kofa was ready to pick it up and run into the end zone.
Right. And tackled by number 2 from Kofa, Diego Cancio. So he stayed with him and, stripped the ball off Krigbaum's hand when he was trying to make the catch. So a good defensive play by number 2.
1-1-1 up on the scoreboard. 1:11 to play here in the first quarter. Brawley 27 to Kofa King 0. Brawley now with a 2nd and 10 from the King 42-yard line. Brawley in the single wing with a slot and a wide receiver on the left. Delayed give, and that's up the middle. And big number 79, and I mean big number 79. That guy looks like a load.
Yeah, Carlos Galindo. So big guy right there, pretty strong. Showed his strength a little bit right now.
And just kind of wrestled Damien Reyes to the ground. Said, okay, you can run around me, but you can't run through me. Coming down to the waning moments of the first quarter, and we'll be taking a break. Wildcats get off maybe 2 plays. They're coming out a little faster. Now they have the wide and the slot to the right. Wing back to the left, single back behind sophomore Ethan Gutierrez. And Gutierrez fakes and runs, and nice open field tackle out there around the ankles, and he's going to be close to the first down. And Again, a lot of this is going on film for Imperial to think about, Danny.
Right.
We don't want to risk Ethan, but we want them to understand he will run the football. That brings up a fourth down, and that will be played out at the beginning of the second quarter. A look at the scoreboard at the end of the first quarter. Brawley 27, the Kofa Kings 0. We'll be back.
Wildcat Football is brought to you by Johnny's Burritos with locations in Brawley, Imperial, and El Centro. Johnny's with a full menu of your favorite Mexican and American food and the best burritos in town. That's Johnny's Burritos. Go Wildcats from Johnny's Burritos in Brawley. This portion of Wildcat Football is brought to you by Ojeda Industries, located on the corner of Best Road and Jones, across from the airport in Brawley. Ojeda Industries has heavy-duty hubs, spindles, and trailer parts, as well as American roller chain and all sorts of bearings. You know Tony and Travis Ojeda. Stop by and see them at Ojeda Industries, located on the corner of Best Road and Jones, across from the airport in Brawley.
OK Rubber Tire Company in Brawley, a longtime supporter of Wildcat football, and your local dealer for Brickstone and Firestone quality tires and farm tire service at the corner of North 8 and C Streets in Brawley. Call 344-4541. OK Rubber Tire Company.
Welcome back to Warren Field in Brawley. And as we start the first play of the fourth quarter, Brawley will be going on a fourth down and about a yard. They are on the Kofa Kings 39-yard line, and they are leading the game 27-0. Tom Ronco with Danny Tombach. Albert Padilla will join us at halftime to give us his insights into the first half. And a man in motion becomes number 22, and that's Chavo. And to give us straight up the middle on fourth and 1, and picking up about 6 yards is number 21, Damien Rays. And the Wildcats will have a first down, Danny.
Good job by the offensive line right there. They're just exploding off the line and getting those extra yardage. So good job for the line getting that first down. That was a lot of their doing.
Wildcats picking up the pace, and we'll talk about that at some point. 11:39 to go, and it's going to be a pitch to the wingman coming around, and they try to push him out of bounds, and they can't do it, and he is able to get a few more yards. Nice run over there by number 12. That's Nathan Torres. And Danny, Kofa just, I understand they're probably a little discouraged, trailing 27-0. But if you're out there, you got to wrap up. That's all. That's what football's about.
Yep. And that play was a little deceiving too. They thought Ethan was going to keep the ball again. When he pitched it out, they didn't see Nene out there, and those DBs, reacted a little bit too late also.
Okie dokes, 11:13 to play. Now the Wildcats kind of switching around, putting May out to the right, along with slot back, and it's actually double, so back to pass is Ethan Gutierrez. Plenty of time on first down, and now he's just going to take off and run. He jukes the runner and runs into the end zone. So from 17 yards out.
Yep, touchdown, Brawley Wildcats. Good play by Gutierrez there. He dropped back to pass. No receivers were open. Looked forward, saw the opening, ran, and scored a touchdown. Good job by the quarterback, Ethan Gutierrez. All right, so point after attempt right now by Javier Pereira. Getting ready to kick here with Nathan Torres, the snap kicker holder. And the kick is up, and it is good. So, score now, Wildcats 34, Kofa Kings 0. We have 10 minutes, 52 seconds in the second quarter. We'll be right back.
Tonight's Desert Review broadcast of the Brawley High School football game is sponsored in part by Dr. Donald Barniski of Vision Care Center, located at 260 Main Street in Brawley. Dr. Barniski provides adult and children's vision care treatment of eye diseases and contact lenses. Phone is 760-351-2020. Go Brawley Wildcats from Dr. Barniski of Vision Care Center.
Smith Kendall Insurance and Real Estate Agency is a proud sponsor of Wildcat football and has been serving the Valley's real estate and insurance needs since 1930. Stop by their office at 510 West Main Street in Brawley. Go Wildcats from Smith Kendall Insurance and Real Estate Agency.
Back at Warren Field in Brawley with 10:52 to go, the Wildcats making it look kind of easy. 17-yard touchdown run by number 13. Freshman quarterback Ethan Gutierrez. Kick by Javier Pereira is dropped, picked up, and run out of bounds. Oh, no, he's still in bounds. And
no, they called him out of bounds.
Then he got tackles for no good reason.
Yeah.
Out there, Blake Craigbaum and number 22, Chavo. That's Adrian Chavez on the tackles. And the Kofa Kings will try it again.
Yeah, we got some updates on for the football games around the valley and out of the valley too. Couple scores right now. Granite Hills 14 versus Southwest 0. Hopeville 14, Calexico 0. Calapat over O'Farrell Charter 14-0. And yesterday, Palo Verde versus Hamilton 56-0. Santana up 13, Vincent Memorial 0. And Central and Imperial have byes this week.
All right, thanks for to date. 1st and 10 for Kings at their own 27-yard line, and they give it to Burns. Burns becomes the back. We were told it would be number 6, Yamir Ortiz, but we have yet to see Yamir, who has anything on him, so he might be injured. Didn't look on the sideline. Kofa ranks pretty thin. And I'll tell you what, you've had this.
Oh yeah,
it's tough to show up every week. This is a tough sport.
Right.
In baseball, Danny, you can kind of say, well, I'm hitting 300 or something like that, or I'm pitching well. But when it's football, it's a team. You're all in or you're all out.
Right.
Back to pass with 10:04 to go, and the ball is loose, and the Wildcats have picked it up. And trying to head to the end zone was David May, I believe.
Yeah, number 9. Number 9. Yeah, Nathan May, number 9.
Nathan May.
Gets a fumble.
Too many Nathans out there. But anyway, he was trying to get a touchdown, but he's got long legs, and one of the Kings just tripped him up. So that will be at the reunion in 20-something years. That will be the one Nathan will be talking about that got away. Remember when I almost scored a touchdown? Unfortunately, that's what everybody but running backs and quarterbacks and wide receivers, that's all you have, the almosts. 9:57 to play, and a penalty against the Wildcats. A nice one. Nice meaning if you're a Kofa King, 15 yards. Let's see what the referee says. Dead ball, personal foul on Brawley. Okay, there you go. So the Wildcats will have a 1st and 10, still in good field position, still in possession of the football with 9:57 to play and a 34-0 lead. The Wildcats are now going to get out on the field, and I think they're going to get a delay of game here as the referee's reaching back. They've got like 2 seconds, 1 second. Whoa, got it in. Good job, Ethan Gutierrez. And now he's going to run again, and he ducks one guy, shows a nice move, and he is going to, oh my goodness, is he going to get into the end zone? Yes, they are going to give him a 29-yard touchdown run.
Wow, nice run by Ethan Gutierrez. Looked like he wanted to go deep there for a little while. Kid had a man open, but was sort of covered, so he decided to run the ball. Touchdown. Good block, though, there by Damien Reyes. I mean, without him, he might not have made a touchdown.
He sprung him, no doubt about that.
Yeah, he laid him out. All right, so point after attempt right now by Javier Pereira. He's back to kick the ball for the point after. Okay, the ball snapped. Kick is up. And the kick is good. And Brawley Band played their Wildcat song before the kick was up. Man, they knew it was going up there. That's cool. All right, so score right now. Brawley Wildcats 41, Kofa Kings 0. 9 minutes, 47 seconds left in the second half. We'll be right back.
Broadcast rights to this BOHS contest have been granted to the Desert Review by Brawley Union High School District and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of the production without the express written consent of the Brawley Union High School District is prohibited.
This webcast is being brought to you by the Desert Review and Wildcat Broadcasting and is presented on thedesertreview.com and on Facebook at The Desert Review. Wildcat Football is sponsored by Clickup Parker Insurance Company, A&R Construction, Brawley Auto Center, Smith Kendall Insurance and Real Estate, One World Beef Packers, and the Town Pump and Brownies Restaurant. And now, more exciting Brawley High Wildcat football.
Welcome back to Warren Field, where the Wildcats have exploded for 41 unanswered points, and we are less than 15 minutes into this football game. 9:40 to go here in the second quarter. Tom Ronco with Danny Tombach. Glad you could join us, and hope you'll be with us the rest of the season. And still looking out. We'd like to see a few more derrieres in the seats down here below us. Come on out, an exciting football team. First and 10 Kofa at their own 14-yard line, and it's going to be kind of an option by Burns, and Burns gets burned. Nathan May out there with the tackle. No, I believe that was number 3. Correct me on that, Danny.
Number 3 and number 6 were on the tackle. Looked like number 6 was there. J.J. Gutierrez looked like he was on the tackle there.
All right. And the Wildcats just kind of having their way with it. And you would think, okay, maybe we'll see some other players, but in reality we will. But there, in a lot of ways, are no other players. A lot of these guys go both ways, and that's just the way it is. Clock running, 9 minutes to go. Kofa now with a second and about 15 to go, and they fumble. In the end zone, it's going to be a safety. Referee gets to make a signal he makes maybe once or twice a season, and that is going to be a safety. And that will bring up a free kick by the Kofa Kings from the 20-yard line. Just a bad snap if you're watching at home, or I assume you are. You can hear us and see us on both the Desert Review and on Facebook at the Desert Review, but I can understand people might be doing something where they can't watch and only listen, and that's okay, right?
Right.
We're good with that. Did that for before there was an internet, when we used to use alligator clips on a telephone. Okay, so short of Morse code, been there, done that, and so however you want to enjoy the game, we're with you.
Yeah, you come a long way, Tom.
Yeah, too long. Those covered wagons were really hard on your back. 8:54 to go here in the second quarter. Game suddenly meandering a little bit with all of the scoring and everything. The second half may go quite a bit quicker. I have no doubt we will be seeing. I think the magic number is actually 42 in California, and the safety put us at 43. So any more scores by Brawley, and this is going to go to a running clock in the second half. I believe optional in the third quarter by both teams, but at some point they can get it in there. Going to be a penalty flag, and I don't know how you enforce this on a free kick. I don't believe there's any such thing. I think the referee's going to pick his flag up when he thinks about it, because there is no penalty. It is not a kickoff. It's a free kick. You can punt it, which means you can hold it in your hands and punt it, or you can kick it from a tee.
Right.
So he picked his flag up and is kind of sheepishly walking back out to the middle of the field because he knows he got a little carried away by the moment. Mm-hmm. And as you're noticing, they are not moving the football. Well, he may. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong on this. And there is a timeout Brawley. I'm not sure why John Self necessarily wants a timeout. But you notice, Danny, that the ball is not moved. So I rest my case.
Yep.
Yay, right for once. All
looks like maybe John.
Otherwise a clean game.
Yeah.
Just a couple penalties. I mean, guys are jumping offside, but refs can't do anything about that.
Right.
But not a lot of personal fouls, not a lot of conferences. Pretty clean game.
Yeah, it is. And maybe because it's different refs too. I don't want to bring the refs up again, but
we're not in Arizona. We're back home. Danny and I will be right back.
This webcast is being brought to you by the Desert Review and Wildcat Broadcasting and is presented on thedesertreview.com and on Facebook at The Desert Review. Brawley football is sponsored by Hart Insurance Company, the Dom Team for Real Estate, Johnny's Burritos in El Centro, Brawley and Imperial, Ojeda Industries, and the Man Company.
Okay, welcome back to Brawley. By the way, I do know Tony and Travis Ojeda. And I understand that Travis may have recently got married. So I want to send some congratulations out to the entire Ojeda family.
Awesome.
And especially to Travis. And now they've moved it a total of 2 yards. Okay. 8:54 to go. And here we go with the Wildcats, up 43-0. And Ethan Gutierrez remains a quarterback, and now the Wildcats go shooting off line.
Yep, I think we have number 25 in for quarterback now, Dawson Figueroa. Looks like they made some changes during that last time out.
Yep, Ethan is on the sideline. You're absolutely right. So let's see who else is new out there.
We have number 8, Carlos Alvarado. He's out there in the wideout receiver spot.
Okay, number 56 is in for the Wildcats. Let's see if that's a usual suspect. Cody Kopnick is usually out there, but the quarterback is the presumed backup. I don't have a 25. What's his name?
Dawson Figueroa. Dawson Figueroa is the backup quarterback right now.
All right, and he gives it up the middle, trying to find some numbers. See who the running back was, and that is number 24, and that's Richard Ramirez. So I'm going to have to add either that or update my roster.
Yep, and we have Caleb Selly's number 17 in now, too, in this series.
Number 25 is Dawson?
Yeah, 25 is Dawson Figueroa, quarterback.
Okay,
he's a QB.
Dawson Figueroa. And Figueroa is going to give it up the middle on second and about 11. The ball carrier that time, 24 again, I believe.
Yeah, 24, Richard Ramirez, number 24 ball carrier on that play. Let's see who else I can see in there that's in.
Well, now we know who the backup quarterback is. That's news to me. My apologies. Dawson's doing a heck of a job, Mom, if you're listening in. 7:48 to go, and the give on third down and about 3 yards is again to number 24, and that's Richard Ramirez. And Ramirez is going to get it, and Brawley is going to punt away the football. And looks like that looks more like what we're used to seeing. And number 17 coming off. That's, as you said, Caleb Salis. Salis. 7:13 to go. And here is Nene to give it a boot. Nene boots it up. There is nobody back. So Brawley just needs to corral this thing, and it is. Long arms out there by number 6, I believe, J.J. Gutierrez.
Yeah, nice kick by Nathan, huh?
He got it. Well, he got a Brawley back. He got a Brawley bounce in this situation. We do not like it coming back.
Right.
But in this situation, that worked out okay.
Yeah.
6:59 to go. Wildcats in control, 43-0. Already substituting pretty liberally on the offensive side. Let's see if we see some new numbers out there on defense. Defense a little closer to Coach John Self's heart, so he's a little more reluctant to take his defense out of there, and they are indeed the usual suspects. So Kofa now with a 1st and 10. Last time they were deep in their own territory, they end up with a safety. Ball in and out of the hands of a number of people, including the intended receiver. And also number 8 out there, Carlos Alvarado. I got that right?
Yep, number 8 is Carlos Alvarado. Also, Chavo was there getting a piece of that ball also. So those two guys were...
I take it back. It's number 6. These numbers for Brawley are very, very hard to tell. I like Kofa. Man, Kofa's like, written on a chalkboard. That is so easy to see. Wrong group. Number 51 and 55 in for the Wildcats on defense, Adam Salazar. Salazar was the young man who had to come in last week and do quite a bit of work, and he is pretty much the adjustment for one of the players that was ejected and not tonight, so he's getting a lot of good playing time. 6:49 to go, and I don't know what that was all about. Delay of game against Kofa. And the quarterback just lets the snap go over his head. My heart goes out to these guys. It really does, Danny.
Yeah, they have, like I said, a lot of heart being out there. They're doing the best they can right now, and that's, kudos to them. I know it's tough to be out there, especially with a score of 43-0.
Yep, with 6:48 to go and the clock keeps stopping. We are coming up on 8 o'clock. That used to mean I'd have to do a legal ID back in the radio days, but this is not the radio, so we'll just remind you it's game's about an hour in, and you're listening to Wildcat Broadcasting on the Desert Review and the Desert Review on Facebook. Back to pass is number 5, and he throws out in the flat, and there's a completion. I believe number 5 is a new quarterback.
Yeah, Isaiah Ramirez, number 5.
Yep.
Lefty.
Yeah, because I noticed he turned the wrong way, and I thought, wait a minute, that's not Burns. So both teams kind of getting somebody to play. If you're watching on the video portion of this as well as listening to Danny and I, you're noticing that there are not large numbers of people over on the Kofa side. Although I don't know if it's just some Brawley people that decided to go sit over there, but the fans have increased. Maybe they just got caught in commute traffic getting over here. All right, 5:48 to go, and the completed pass kept the clock running. Back to pass is Isaiah Ramirez. Ramirez actually had an open receiver, number 1, and that's Eben Rico, and he'd be who I was trying to hit.
Oh, yeah.
But he misses him, and again, kind of a gunslinger kind of throw, a little Kenny Stabler sidearm there, and that ball just zinged in there.
Yeah. Good arm.
Yep. So, Kofa will punt. Has been an adventure, as is most of their offense and defense so far tonight. Brawley up 43-0. Big game on deck. Imperial here scouting somewhere. I should look at the binoculars. Kerry Laguerre and those guys can't hide too far away. And they're probably on the other side. Although, lots of room on the Brawley side, unfortunately. Standing on the goal line is a kicker. Brawley rushes it. Whoa, he got it out, but he gets it straight out of bounds. I'm telling you what, this guy was a golfer. He'd be playing like the wrong hole every time. Because when he tees off, man, he's got a hook, a shank to it. And, wow, But, Danny, when everything's going wrong, everything's going wrong.
Yeah, it could be the pressure, too. There was a lot of pressure going on.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't have a lot of choice, but, kick it straight, man. Watch the follow-through. 4:40 to go. Tom Ronco, Danny Tombach. Hope you're enjoying the game. And I'm looking on the other side. Kofa's got a coach up in the crows above the other press box. And I'm having back to live action, I guess.
So another person in the game, Mino Chavez, 33. See him ran in this series. He's in there right now.
Okay. And on first down, the quarterback, who is Dawson Figueroa, gives it to... Did you get the ball carrier?
Yeah, Richard Ramirez, number 24.
Richard Ramirez, number 24 again. 83, Josarius Carrillo is in the game for the Wildcats. Wow. Okay, Josarius. I like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have... It was easier to spell Tom when I got to school. I'm sure Josarius here maybe didn't get his little star for writing his name as quickly as I did, but I like it.
I'm sure they call him Joe.
I was going to say, I would have just went by Joe and got it over with. Okay, on second down and about 4, the give is to number
24 again, Richard Ramirez.
24, Richard Ramirez.
They're going to make him work a little bit today.
Yeah, well, he was probably thinking, hey, maybe I'll get to play tonight. Now he's thinking, I didn't want to play this much.
Yeah, so
he might have played in the JV game last night. If you play on one side of the ball, you can play on that side of the ball in the varsity game the next night.
Okay.
So we're going to go with that. I'm going to look at the binoculars. He's the only back. And here he goes again, and Ramirez just tucking in there. Some good line play. Number 51 out there blocking, and number 56 and 58. 56 is Kupnik, 58 is Arturo Rios, and 51 is David Palacio. So got a kind of a new line in there. Coming out of the game is number 22. That's Chavo, right?
Yes, sir. That's Chavo. So
and Chavo getting, so now the wide receiver is Joe Zarias on the one side. Number 27 is in for the Wildcats. I don't have him. Who's 27, Danny?
Number 27 is Luis Frutos. Number 27, Luis
Frutos. Give us to Ramirez on first and goal from the 11. He loses a yard from the 9 back to the 10. And guys running in and out, trying to get down. Clock. Coach Self keeping one of his goals going. That's we're going to get to halftime. 1:40 to go. Sorry, we haven't been mentioning the score. 43-0, Brawley Wildcats. But we're trying to get all these young pups in there. And here we go. This time the give is to Ramirez. He breaks a couple of tackles. And he is going to be down to the 6.
It's about 7 straight carries for that guy now. So
no, he's inside the 5. He is down to the 4. Wow. Number 32 in there for the Brawley High Wildcats. That's Julio Reyes.
Okay.
And we will have Albert Padilla up here at halftime. Okay, number 27. Who was 27, you said? Frutos.
Frutos.
Got it. Here we go. Dawson gives it inside to Ramirez, and Ramirez gets inside. No, I was right. He was at the 6. Gets to the 5. The referee looking over here to see if Brawley is going to call a timeout. They will not do that, but they break the huddle. I think they'd like to get Ramirez a touchdown.
Well, they switched up. Sellies now is number 17 as the halfback.
So. Okay, here's Sellies. Sellies gets a couple of runs. They're not like picking their holes. They're just running forward, and he's still not stopped. He down pretty badly. He gets up holding the football like, oh, come on, ref, my knee didn't go down right there. I'll tell you what, it's great to see these kids in there and getting excited. I'll tell you. And that will be the last play of the first half. A look at the scoreboard from Warren Field and Brawley. The Wildcats 43, the Kofa Kings 0. We'll be back with some updated football scores, some more chat with our broadcast partner, Albert Padilla, and look ahead to what's coming up next week. Don't go anywhere. Halftime is coming up after this.
Welcome to exciting 2019 Brawley High Wildcat football. This webcast is being brought to you by the Desert Review and Wildcat Broadcasting and is presented on thedesertreview.com and on Facebook at The Desert Review. Brawley football is sponsored by Hart Insurance Company, the Dom Team for Real Estate, Johnny's Burritos, Ojeda Industries, The Man Company, OK Rubber Tire, Jordan Central Implements, Desert RV, Brant Beef, Carter Taylor and Lidco, Clayton Drain Tile Maintenance, Fry Chapel and Mortuary, Clickup Parker Insurance Company, A&R Construction, Brawley Auto Center, Smith Candle Insurance and Real Estate, and One World Beef Packing. And now, here is the Wildcat Broadcasting team of Tom Ranco, Danny Tombach, and Albert Padilla.
Welcome back to Warren Field, where the Brawley Wildcats are leading the visiting Kofa Kings. First time, again, they played in like half a century, and what's been all Wildcats as they lead by a score of 43-0. Broadcast partner Albert Padilla, who's had his work trying to keep up with all of this on the PA system, has joined us. And Albert, pretty much all Wildcats.
Not pretty much, Tom. It's been.
I can remove the pretty much.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah, Tom. And I don't know how much could be gained or learned from a game like this, other than everyone gets to pad their stats a little bit, maybe a little confidence booster, maybe a chance to rest up some banged up players. But Kofa has not showed resistance, nor did we think they would. 0-10 last season. They haven't won a game since October of 2017, so almost 2 years removed from their first victory. And Kofa's already been shut out 3 times this season, and tonight could be the 4th. They managed to pick up only 2 first downs here in the first half, and Brawley has called off the dogs, so to say, and slowed down the pace here. So, as a show of respect to the visiting Kofa Kings, who, in all fairness, they have 20-plus sophomores on the squad.
Yep.
So fairly young.
Pointed that out, yeah.
Fairly young team, and a lot of these players will be back next year, and some growing pains for sure. But hopefully they get some good experience this year, and maybe the program could start to turn things around next year for Kofa.
Well, you know what, guys? In all fairness, let's talk about this. Last year, this game replaced East County, San Diego CIF, Division I, Steel Canyon. All right? I remember that by you again. Division I, State of California Division II champions beat Half Moon Bay by 2 points, 43-41. I know because I was up near that game. A couple of years ago, and they said, we don't want to play you. Why? Because Brawley dang near beat them here, losing by 2 or 3 points, and should have beat them up there. We were up 13-0, okay? And that may be the last time Xavier Pereira missed an extra point, okay? and maybe he's lived with that. But, okay, so somewhere in January or February, as soon as Steel Canyon could fill that slot on their schedule, now they come up to us and go, hey, we don't want to play you anymore. Okay? So part of scheduling, as I've been pointing out in local media, is a lot of factors. One, who will come to play you, who will come to Brawley. We'll go anywhere pretty much, but not everybody's willing to reciprocate.
Right.
Are you a challenging team? Okay. Are you willing to come? Do you fill the dates that we now suddenly have open? There's all kinds of variables, and obviously Kofa checked off 3 out of 4. Okay. All right, and we knew what we were getting when we got them. However, let's take a broader view. At this point in time in the development of Ethan Gutierrez as a freshman quarterback, who would you rather be playing? A team where he can get confidence, we can try some plays like we did, where he can learn how to read and tuck the ball and take off? Seriously, the way things have played out, not a pretty game, but maybe a very useful one in my mind. I don't know.
Yeah, and there's some pros and cons for this game. Some of the pros, of course, we're able to play the younger players, the sophomores, and everybody that hasn't played as much, to give them an opportunity to get some game time in, just in case we get injuries or anything. Knock on wood, we don't, but that's a big factor, getting him some game time. Also, with playing Kofa, it really does give us some more game time with everybody else. That's a big one, I think. Playing in San Diego, playing the bigger schools, but you got the traveling factor being more tired, fatigue, more injuries, a little bit more time to recuperate from the games because they're playing some tougher schools.
Right.
So it goes both ways. So I believe this one might help us out a little bit, just to give them a little bit of rest.
And we've had those games, Tom, and you were here for those against Valley Center a few years ago, where Valley Center has a lineup 6 feet or higher on their offensive line, 250, 300-pounders, and a lot of guys getting banged up, a lot of injuries, and so that's not really a danger tonight. But going back to your point about Ethan Gutierrez, we did see him tonight run that what do we call it, a wishbone or an option, and he actually tossed it out there a few times, which we didn't see at all against Cibola. So wouldn't have tried it perhaps against Valley Center or Christian or Steel Canyon, but we did see it a couple times here tonight against the Kofa Kings.
Well, and I've been joking that Kerry Laguerra and the Imperial Tigers now have about 10 more things to prepare for. Kerry Laguerra's been going up against Brawley since, with Mike Swearingen and everything else. I bet you he can tell you what Brawley's going to run on any play on any given season. Now, he can't always stop it, but he's going to tell his kids third down and something at this point in the field. I know what they're going to do.
Right.
But you still got to stop Brawley, and he's not been totally successful doing that. But right now, he's sitting there and he's looking and he's saying, to your point, Albert, hey, they got a toss play. They've never had a toss play. Now we got to spend time in practice because if they, we've never had to prepare for that. So just over the last 2 or 3 games, Ethan Gutierrez, because he's so volatile and he's a threat. We have nothing on him.
Right.
It's the same thing they were talking about with like Mahomes and these guys in the NFL. Yeah, they look great their fresh year, their first game. But as soon as there's film on it and people can start breaking it down, they'll find your weakness. It's going to be tough with Ethan because every week he shows me at least a little bit more, no?
Well, and today we saw it on that long throw to Chavez, which could have been a touchdown. But he threw that ball in the air a good 40-plus yards, I would say. So he showed some arm. And at
48.
Yeah, okay.
48 yards.
And we knew he had an arm, but that might be his longest throw of the year, perhaps, that we've seen, or of his career at this point. So I was very impressed to see that. And, yeah, the Tigers are going to have their hands full, and the Wildcats are going to have their hands full next week right here at Warren Field.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. For some Brawley quarterbacks, 48 yards was the game.
Right.
Okay, it was not one pass.
Or the season. Tom.
Yeah, well, I won't go that far, but you're not far from the mark. We're at halftime. Tom Ronco, Albert Padilla, Danny Tombach. We're talking about Brawley being up 43-0 over the Kofa Kings, and not justifying the game, but we prefer. Also, if you recall, this is traditionally, as with Imperial and Central, been a bye week. A week to heal, an extra week to prepare for league, and we've got to throw somebody in there. So, again, to your point, Albert, do you want to play a juggernaut? That might be good for us somewhere down the road, but immediately, I'm not so sure.
Right.
So,
I think it works out. And keep in mind, last week was just really fits in great in terms of where Brawley's at, because they had a challenging team. We said a measuring stick game, Cibola team that had beaten Imperial and Southwest, and Brawley came back. They had adversity. They ran the 2-minute drill. They had to throw the ball. They had to rely on backup players. So last week just did a world of experience. Really a great game to put in your pocket and carry it into IVL play, which starts next week. So don't mind it too much that Kofa was on the schedule. And now a lot of the starters are going to be resting, I imagine, here the remainder of the contest.
Yeah, good point there. And that's another positive thing about playing Kofa tonight. I mean, by looking at the score, I know John Self's not going to, put a starting lineup anymore. So it's gonna give the starters a lot of rest, and also it's going to give the upcoming players that are going to be future Wildcats that are going to be starting the lineup. They're going to get their time in tonight.
And to kind of go back to the whole thing about scheduling, Tom, if this is scheduled in January or a year or two back, sometimes you don't know what you're going to get. I mean, Gila Ridge a few years ago was a team that we blew out.
Yeah.
And this year it's been perhaps the hardest game of our schedule up to this point. So you don't know really what you're going to get, although with Kofa we know, I think, what we're going to get next year. And so that might be something the Wildcats to consider.
This could be a one-year contract. Right. Again, we got dropped at a pretty late time. It could be a 1 year. It could be that Kofa says, hey, we want to move on. And with this group of sophomores, maybe play someone with whom we can be a little more competitive. And Billy Brewer is not out to do this. One of the big things about CIF this year is that they took out margin of victory from the formula that ranks you for CIF playoffs. And these are exactly the games that they want to eliminate, and because some teams would take advantage of this and go to 50 or 60 or 70 points, like Gila Ridge last week, 79-0. That's unconscionable in my mind. And Danny and I are both ex-coaches, and if somebody did that to me, I'll tell you what, I would live for the day. I'd coach 50 years just to pound them back. But it's not fair to these young men. These guys come out, practice, try hard every day. No one's saying they're not trying. And, it's just they're overmatched. Okay, well, that's good. Let's kind of move on. And we'll see in the second half if we have a running clock or what's going on. But I'm pretty sure we will. And, we'll get ready for next week, Albert.
Right, and we did have a running clock there the last 5 minutes or so. I'm sure you guys caught it. And so, probably have a running clock here in the second half. And we might be out of here in about...
All right, don't say that. Don't curse us. Do not curse us, please.
Every game's been almost 4 hours.
Yeah. Anything short of like 3 hours or less, and Danny and I will be in jubilation. Plus, we don't have to drive back from. Go get some fast food and gas and drive the heck back from Yuma. And he's been the wheelman, so he gets to drive like 6-8 blocks to his house, and we're all good. Get ready for some RC racing tomorrow.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Albert, thanks for coming up as always. We look forward to next time you can join us. And counting on you for a big pregame presentation next week with the Imperial Tigers. I know you're going to be fired up for that.
Sounds good, guys. Yes, I'll be here, and I'll get my stats ready, and it'll be exciting. That's for sure.
Okay. All right. Good luck.
All right, guys. You too. Good luck.
Okay, back here at Warren Field, we're going to step back, run our billboard, get ready for the second half. And we like to, again, get your sponsors in, knowing it's kind of a night where people may be ducking in and out. So if you just ducked in, stay with us for about 60 seconds.
Welcome to exciting
Okay, a little technical difficulties. We're not quite sure why. I thought I was unplugging a mic. Let's check. We're going to be with you. Meanwhile, the teams are in their mandatory 3 minutes of warming up, although no one's quite warming up. Both teams a little late out of the... And suddenly what was working in the first half, let me pull that out, stick that back in, check the line. Okay, that has nothing to do with that. All right, let's see if it'll... Okay, go that way with it. Okay, well, let's try it again.
Welcome to exciting 2019 Brawley High Wildcat football. This webcast is being brought to you by the Desert Review and Wildcat Broadcasting, and is presented on thedesertreview.com and on Facebook at The Desert Review. Brawley football is sponsored by Hart Insurance Company, the Dom Team for Real Estate, Johnny's Burritos, Ojeda Industries, The Man Company, OK Rubber Tire, Jordan Central Implements, Desert RV, Brant Beef, Carter Taylor and Lidco, Clayton Drain Tile Maintenance, Fry Chapel and Mortuary, Clicka Parker Insurance Company, A&R Construction, Brawley Auto Center, Smith Candle Insurance and Real Estate, and One World Beef Packing. And now, here is the Wildcat broadcasting team of Tom Ronco, Danny Tombach, and Albert Padilla.
We're back from Warren Field in Brawley. 11:18 to go here in the third quarter. The clock will be running, so this is liable to go pretty quick. Brawley up 43-0. And again, lots of players out on the field. We'll try to identify them for you as best we can. New quarterback, and he fumbles the snap. I don't believe that's the lefty. I'm not sure who that is.
See the number.
Well, anyway, it's becoming a mute issue. Number 4 is still in there for the Kofa Kings, and that's
number 4 is
Barron. Yep, and
I think number 5, Isaiah Ramirez, is a quarterback now, I believe. Is that number 5? Yep.
Okay, so Isaiah is still in there. He is the lefty. He just didn't catch the snap very well, and we'll see when he throws. No, back to pass. He's a righty. Throws out in the flat for Barron. And again, quite a bit of sophomores out there, Danny, and the clock does not stop, which means we are in running clock territory. So we will try to, like I say, update you on all of our sponsors as fast as we can, and may even duck a couple of them in. Going to give a shout out here in a minute, and I got a little story with that, Danny, so hopefully we'll... Okay. Ball is on the 14-yard line. It is third and about 12. Throw out here in the flat and goes sailing over the head of the receiver. And I believe Kofa is going to try to punt the ball out of trouble. Give a shout out usually every week to, and I was with a sponsor. Actually, I'll tell you where I was ordering brownies having lunch, and was saying, yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my grandchildren up in Northern California every week. And somebody said, you give a shout out not only to your grandkids, to everybody else in your family. So tonight, I'm going to give a shout out to my grandkids. So stick around. This will be fast. Back to punter, the Kofa Kings. Deep for the Wildcats. I believe they brought in both the regulars.
Yeah. Nathan Torres and Damien Reyes.
Damien Reyes, and it's going to be Torres going to pick it up, and I believe he's going to try to, well, I don't know. Knowing Nathan, he's going to try to take it to the house. Got some blocking, weaving, and he does. So he picks the kick up about the 48-yard line, so a 52-yard touchdown punt return.
Yep. Nice run by Nathan Torres. 52 yards, so 50 yards.
Yeah, and he was running down the sideline, so I think he would have went out of bounds if he was pressured, but he just wasn't pressured.
Yeah. All right, so Javier Peralta ready to kick the ball again for the PAT with 8 minutes, 26 seconds going, and the clock is running. He's ready to kick the ball, and the ball snap, the kick is up, and it is good. So, running clock, so we're running down from 8 minutes and 10 seconds. Wildcats 50 and Kofa 0. We'll be right back.
This webcast is being brought to you by the Desert Review and Wildcat Broadcasting, and is presented on thedesertreview.com and on Facebook at The Desert Review. Brawley football is sponsored by Hart Insurance Company, the Dom Team for Real Estate, Johnny's Burritos in El Centro, Brawley and Imperial, Ojeda Industries, and the Man Company.
Okay, welcome back to Warren Field. Getting near bedtime, so a shout out up.
Welcome to exciting 2019.
Okay. Am I running? What's going on?
Wildcat.
Yeah, but I'm wondering why we're even doing anything. Okay, all right, there we go. All right. Anyway, quick shout out finally to Russell Thomas and Eleanor Erlinda Solomini up in Northern California, and up sleeping safely in San Francisco to Griffin Rodriguez Ronco and to Tate Christopher Ronco. Miss all you guys. See you soon. All right. So now I won't get yelled at anymore, Danny. 6:58 to go, and it's going to be a kickoff. Was that Pereira?
That was Pereira.
I guess so. They held on to it. Oh, nice open field tackle. Who did that?
Number 6.
Number 6.
Number 6. Yep.
J.J. Gutierrez. That was just a clean tackle. That looked like a tackling drill. Get him right around the waist, drive him back a little bit, wrap up his legs, and put him down.
Right, he drilled him.
6:34 to go. Brawley will win this one. They are leading 50-0. Next week, as we talked about at length at halftime, an important game. All the IVL games are important, but there's 2 or 3 that are marked. Central this year, quite frankly, and Imperial. And the rest of the games you can't, they're games you have to play and take seriously. But the championship road goes through Imperial and El Central. He went down his knee. So if you're watching on the video part of it, you're going to see the quarterback pick up the ball, but he went down on one knee when he slipped, and that's dead in high school, and that's for his protection.
Yes,
that's not to be, piling it on these guys. Almost done with the third quarter, Danny, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, let me give you some updates real quick.
Yeah, you better.
All right, before the game's over.
Yeah.
Okay, Granite Hills, 34, Southwest 0. They're at halftime right now. We have Hopeville up 20, Calexico 0 in the third quarter. We have Calipat over O'Farrell Charter to start halftime 28-8. And then Santana over Vincent Memorial right now 21-0. They're in the third quarter. And like I said earlier, Central and Imperial are on their bye weeks.
Yeah, interesting. The only score that I find interesting there is Vincent Memorial. They usually, according to local pundits, pick teams they can beat. They also have a scheduling difficulty in that they don't have a field. So you've got to find somebody usually that will maybe host you just for 1 year.
Yeah.
So it could be a one and off, and you have to be really, really careful. And Santana is no joke.
Yeah.
They are D probably at least 4, probably 3, and now we're playing a D5 school. Hey, nice throw, nice catch out there for the Kofa Kings. Plenty of Wildcats around there, but and some of them kind of bump into each other. But nice throw, nice catch.
Number 1 right there with the reception. Eben Rico, like I said earlier, he's the guy to look at. He's the number 1 wide receiver that they've been going to with the Kofa Kings. So he made another play there. Good job by him.
Fourth down, and no use practicing your punting if you're the Kofa Kings. Trailing 50-0. So Isaiah Ramirez is going to try to get the 3 or 4 yards. Throws over the middle. May have it on forward progress. It's going to be, he does. So a first down for the Kofa Kings. Good for them.
Yeah, so number 10, Christopher Bautista on the reception there. So good job by him catching the ball, making the first down.
Okay, lots of clean jerseys out there. Daniel Garcia, number 38. Couple of anybody else, number 35, I think.
35, I believe. Yes, 35 is...
I don't know, 33. 33, sorry.
Yeah, Mino Chavez is back in there.
Okay.
And then we got Julian Camargo in the corner over there, number 20. And let me see a strong safety over here. Who's that right here?
Okay, and a nice run for the Kofa Kings. Ball staying inside the hash marks. It's not going to stop no matter what happens.
Right.
Brawley, number 51 is taken over at nose guard. That's David Palacio, and he's complaining to the refs that he's getting held. So these guys are getting into the varsity mode pretty quick. If I was a ref, I'd say, yeah, right, rookie.
Right.
But it's a great opportunity for a lot of these kids to play. Some of them probably played again in the JV game last night, but whole different theater.
Yeah.
2:50 to go. And out of the shotgun, man in motion now comes in to become the H-back. And a little misdirection now. And here's Ramirez. And Ramirez doesn't go out of bounds. He waits till he gets tackled finally. Number 83 for the Brawley High Wildcats. That's Joe Darius Carrillo. He better learn how to knock people out of bounds on this level. He just ran over and bounced off of him. That's not the idea.
Yeah, and he's playing strong safety right now in the back, so he needs to.
He better put the strong in strong safety.
Yeah. And 27, Luis Frutos was in a tackle. He laid a pretty good hit on there, knocking him out of bounds. So
Wildcat football. Hope you'll join us next Friday night. Start of the IVL. The following Friday night, we will also be back here at Warren Field, as it will be homecoming against the Palo Verde Yellow Jackets. But a key game to open IVL play, and of course the bell game to close it out. And that's pretty much what you're looking at. and trying to get over there. Nice open field tackle out there by number 24. He just kind of, there were Richard Ramirez.
Yeah.
And just shot his legs right out from under him.
Yeah, Richard Ramirez showing a lot of, good football. He ran the ball. I mean, like 8 times straight.
I think he ran it like more than he wanted to be honest. But he was getting a little weary there near the end.
Over 50 yards, I believe. Like he started on the 50-yard line that last series, and then they made it almost to the goal line.
Brawley leading 50-0. Tom Ronco, Danny Tombach, 1:20 to go. Running clock here in the third quarter. So Wildcats finish up their preseason. And nice throw and a nice catch out there by number 1. Brawley tried to come in there and be cute with that one. That was number 9, Nathan May, and he thought, I got another pick. But the receiver said, no, you don't. And Eben Rico, who we talked about as one of their few real quality players, to be honest with you, he said, no, you don't, and it was a 50-50 ball, and Eben won that one. Under a minute to play. And we'll be going to the fourth quarter. Oopsie daisy, and a broken play. And here comes Ramirez, but again, another nice open field tackle. And I just saw a block from the back. A guy from Kofa came in and blocked May from the back, the side. And I don't want a penalty. What I don't want is somebody it's an injury waiting to happen. So we got to be kind of careful. These Wildcats got to just let them have a few yards, but look out for the other team because some of these guys are tired and some of these guys, quite frankly, just aren't very good. Coming down, this will be the final play if they get it off of the third quarter. Brawley's already scored once in the third quarter, but it was a punt return, not trying to do anything. And here we go. Right at the end, and it's a good play. Nice throw by Ramirez. Nice catch by Eben. And the bad news for then, Rico's only a junior, so even not giving up on anybody, not much to him, but reminds me of Nene.
Yeah, and his hands and his ability to catch the ball and his awareness where the defensive players are, he's showing a lot of discipline, and he's gonna, hopefully he'll do good things in next year.
We'll be back with the fourth quarter.
Wildcat Broadcasting and is presented on thedesertreview.com and on Facebook at The Desert Review. Brawley football is sponsored by Hart Insurance Company, the Dom Team for Real Estate, Johnny's Burritos in El Centro, Brawley and Imperial, Ojeda Industries, and the Man Company. Welcome to exciting 2019 Brawley High Wildcat football. This webcast is being brought to you by the Desert Review and Wildcat Broadcasting. And
got that new home edition and you're keeping it covered.
Brad, I can help with coverages. Man-to-man coverage, zone coverage, combo coverage.
I don't know, Peyton. I was thinking the types of coverages that your nationwide agent offers.
Oh, like home, auto, business, life, farm, boat, your tour bus.
Products availability varies by state, agent, and other factors. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company, Columbus, Ohio.
For all your many sides, there's Nationwide. Call Hart Insurance Center, 898 Main Street, Brawley, or in the Prince Plaza, 1503 North Imperial Avenue, El Centro. Since 1945, we have a heart for personal service.
Okay, back at Warren Field, and the fourth quarter starts pretty much emblematic of the game for the Kofa Kings. The snap goes flying over Isaiah Ramirez, their quarterback's head, and it's going to be a loss of, It was 1st and 10 from the Brawley 38-yard line, and now it is 1st and 22 from midfield. So playing out the string. And again, like to thank all our sponsors and everybody else for being at the game, being with us on the air, I should say, not being at the game. Hope they're at the game. Pass is incomplete. Good coverage out there by number 32, Julio Reyes. And again, we'll be...
intended receiver was number 1, Eben Rico again. I think there was a miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver. The receiver cut in and the ball was thrown towards the sideline. So I think there was a miscommunication on that play.
Okie doke. Maybe we can get a couple of more. Hopefully there's been some updates. 10:39, the clock moving. Back to passes Ramirez. He gets his arm, and it's going to be picked off. And this could be a pick six. And he cuts it in. Wow.
Nice tackle by number 58 there.
58 just stood there and said, I'll wait for you right here.
Yeah, Alan Castro. So he's listed at 5'11", 220.
Was that Joe Darius with the interception, number 17?
That was, I believe so, number 17.
He is round high-fiving and about as happy as anybody could be. And
actually, it was number 32, I believe. Number 32.
Oh yeah, they're kind of swarming.
Julio Reyes, I believe. Let me look. Yeah, 32. Number 32, Julio Reyes was the person that intercepted that play. Good job by the Wildcats. All right, so we have 9 minutes 40 seconds left on the clock. We do have a running clock here. Wildcats 50 and Kofa Kings 0. All right, so Wildcats take it on the Brawley 32-yard line. Hand off to number 17, breaks one tackle, and then gets taken down about 3.5 yards. So number 17 is Caleb Celis. So he's getting a couple reps here to see, get some game time in. So we do have a running clock, 9 minutes and 5 seconds left. Second down in about 8.5. We do have people coming in and substituting still. Quarterback is still number 25. So quarterback number 25 is Dawson Figueroa. So Dawson Figueroa under center. And ball snapped. Oh, we have a dive, but he is leveled right at the line of scrimmage. Number 58, again, number 58, another tackle. That is number Alan Castro. So Alan Castro, 2 big tackles in the last couple minutes. So he's the one that had that big tackle on the interception. All right, so running clock still, 8 minutes, 18 seconds. Third down in 10 now. They lost 2 yards on that play. Wildcats on their traditional offense. And ball snap. Hand off to number 17 on the left side again. And gain of about a couple yards. There. Okay, so score. Wildcats 50 and Kofa Kings 0 right now. So 7 minutes, 45 seconds. We do have a running clock here. We are in fourth down territory. And I believe the Wildcats will go for it. So about 7 yards to go. Under center still number 25. Dawson Figueroa. Fourth down and 7. Okay, so motion on number 24, little pitch, running to the outside, and it stopped short of the first down. So we have a turnover. First turnover, I think, all game. And we do have a flag. So let's see what the refs say. So I missed it, but they declined it. So first down, Kofa. So Kofa now has the ball with 6 minutes and 50 seconds. And we'll be right back right in a bit.
This webcast is being brought to you by the Desert Review and Wildcat Broadcasting and is presented on thedesertreview.com and on Facebook at The Desert Review. Wildcat Football is sponsored by OK Rubber Tire Company, Jordan Central Implements,
I don't know why that's
Brant Beef, Carter Taylor and Lidco, Clayton Drain Tile, and Fry Chapel and Mortuary. And now back to exciting Brawley High Wildcat football.
All right, so we're back. 6 minutes and 15 seconds. So the ball is snapped. Oh, a bad snap by Kofa. And the ball is recovered by number 58, I believe, of the Wildcats. If they give it to him, was that number 58? Yes, it is. Number 58, Arturo Rios.
And he almost had a touchdown. He was, these guys are going to have some memories from this game.
Yes, they are. So I'm sure Arturo feels pretty good about himself right now. Good job, good play by him, covering the ball and recovering it. All right, so we still have a running clock, 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Wildcats 50 and Kofa King 0. So we are knocking on the touchdown already. We are getting close. Goal line. We are about first and goal about the 6-yard line. 5 minutes, 20 seconds. First and about 5.5. Okay, so ball snap. Number 17 dives up the middle, driving his legs, waiting for the officials, and we get a touchdown. Touchdown, Wildcats. So running clock, 5 minutes and counting. Wildcats 56 and Kofa Kings 0.
So 17 is Caleb Salis, runs it in from 5 yards out.
Yep. So he gets his first touchdown. He almost got his other touchdown in the second quarter, but time ran out. Thanks to Richard Ramirez driving the ball about 50 yards. So here's a kick, and the PAT is good. All right, so we still have a running clock. 4 minutes, 35 seconds. Wildcats 56, Kofa Kings 0. We'll be right back.
This webcast is being brought to you by the Desert Review and Wildcat Broadcasting and is presented on thedesertreview.com and on Facebook at The Desert Review. Wildcat Football is sponsored by Clickup Parker Insurance Company, A&R Construction, Brawley Auto Center, Smith Kendall Insurance and Real Estate, One World Beef Packers, and the Town Pump and Brownies Restaurant. And now, more exciting Brawley High Wildcat football.
Okay, welcome back to Warren Field in Brawley. Tom Rodko with Danny Tombach. And the Wildcats now with 2 second-half running clock touchdowns. One a punt return, the other a fumble that was almost returned for a touchdown by a lineman. Wildcats not trying to pour it on, but we've got 3:33 to go, and here's Danny.
All right, so Brawley kicks the ball. Javier Prata gets a good kick. Goes to about the 10-yard line. Number 4 picks up the ball, tries to run up the middle, and a slew of Wildcats right there. Number 21, Damien Reyes on the initial tackle. Good job by Damien Reyes. All right, so we do have a running clock. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left, and it's running. Wildcats 57 and Kofa Kings 0. So it'll be first and 10 right now at, let me see where the ref spotted, but first and 10. Time is ticking. 2 minutes, 50 seconds and counting. Okay, so the ball's around the 20-yard line. So, Kofa Kings has the ball. Brawley Wildcat defense already ready to go. We do have more players in. Some fresh legs here. See number 26. Daniel Rodriguez is in there. And number 24, that's Richard Ramirez. He's doing well right now. He's been pretty aggressive. All right, so Kofa hands off the ball to number 80. And he jukes a couple of Wildcats, and he's knocked out of bounds. So, good run by number 80. Number 80 is Isaac Aguayo. So, Aguayo been pretty busy. He's a kickoff return guy too. So
yeah, that he has. He's been in on. We've called his number a number of times.
Yeah, busy guy. So 2 minutes left, and it is a running clock. Okay, second down and about 5.5 yards. Okay, so Brawley Wildcats on defense, and I do believe we have number 57 in right now. We're at 58. Okay, Kofa takes the snap. Number 80 gets the ball again. He breaks one tackle. He breaks two, but he's running for negative yardage. Breaks inside and tackled by a slew of Wildcats. Oh, a lot of Wildcats there. Okay, so 1 minute, 28 seconds left. That brings up third down and about 11 now. So they did lose some yardage there. Wildcats score still 57 and Kofa 0. 1 minute, 10 seconds. Okay, so they might have time for maybe one, maybe two plays with this running clock as Kofa gets up to the line.
They don't seem in any hurry, Danny, I'll tell you that. So I think everybody's just kind of ready for this one to play itself out.
I think so. So, shotgun formation. Quarterback keeper. Number 28 on the tackle. Good job by number 28. Good pass rush. That is Edward Molina. So Edward Molina is in now. Good rush by him. All right, so time's ticking. 41 seconds. They might have time for one more play. Looks like the Kofa offensive unit is still preparing for one more play. Maybe not. They're walking out the field. So, looks like the final score is going to be Wildcats 57, Kofa 0 with 20 seconds left on the clock. So, good job today for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Danny, a game we might have needed. Okay, you and I needed one that was a little bit cooler and a little bit closer and a lot of things.
Yeah.
Which made this one. You can see that Kofa appreciates the Wildcats. A lot of enthusiasm as they go out to shake hands and stuff. And as I said, part of me goes out to a team like this because nobody wants to be. Everybody wants to be 10-0, but nobody wants to be 0-10. So, but you all show up and practice every week and all of that stuff. So, a great game. We'd like to thank our sponsors. I'd like to thank Danny and Albert for joining, or for being with me on Wildcat Broadcasting. And next Friday night, I know we've talked about it a lot tonight, but we cannot overemphasize how important next Friday night is for the IVL. The road goes through Imperial and right on down to Central High. And anybody that thinks they're going to win this IVL without beating either Brawley, Imperial, or Central, I think they're sadly mistaken. So, big game coming up next Friday night. Hope you will join us. Try to be on with the pregame a little bit sooner than we were tonight. We'll be shooting for 6:30 with lots of good information, stats, and everything else that you need to enjoy the game. And then, of course, we will be here with the play-by-play brought to you by Wildcat Broadcasting, and the video and audio brought to you by the Desert Review.
Right. And speaking of stats, I'll do one more.
Yeah.
And I think we're the first one to finish today, Tom. So
wow,
that's a record this year, right? All right. So we got Granite Hills 34, Southwest 0, third quarter. We have Hopeville versus Calexico. Hopeville 34, Calexico 0. They're in the third quarter. Calapat 28, O'Farrell Charter 8, and Santana 42, Vincent Memorial 0. So the only game that finished before us this week was Palo Verde 56 and Hamilton 0, but that was played
last
yesterday.
night. Yeah. Well, I hope they finished. Although knowing us, one of these days we're going to go into the next day. It's going to be a Friday result that got settled on Saturday.
Right.
All right. Final score, Brawley. As you can hear the Wildcat band kind of overpowering us a little bit. I will step back. All right. That'll do it for this broadcast, simulcast, whatever you want to call it. From Warren Field, a final look at the scoreboard. The Brawley High Wildcats 50, the Kofa Kings 0. Next Friday night, Danny, Albert, and I will all be right back here at Warren Field at 6:30 with the pregame kickoff at 7 o'clock. Until then, good night.
Welcome to exciting 2019 Brawley High Wildcat football. This webcast is being brought to you by the Desert Review and Wildcat Broadcasting, and is presented on thedesertreview.com and on Facebook at The Desert Review. Brawley football is sponsored by Hart Insurance Company, the Dom Team for Real Estate, Johnny's Burritos, Ojeda Industries, The Man Company, OK Rubber Tire, Jordan Central Implements, Desert RV, Brant Beef, Carter Taylor and Lidco, Clayton Drain Tile Maintenance, Fry Chapel and Mortuary, Clicka Parker Insurance Company, A&R Construction, Brawley Auto Center, Smith Candle Insurance and Real Estate, and One World Beef Packing. And now, here is the Wildcat Broadcasting team of Tom Ronco, Danny Tombach, and Albert Padilla.